I walk for quite a short time, way shorter than what I was expecting. I thought I'd star alone the forest between the sharp shadows of the trees, but I was lucky to find what seemed to be another base. Roses and quartzes, nothing else to see among the weak wooden constructions and the giant holes. Speaking of which, why were they here? What happened? Was there a war of some sort? Maybe an apocalypse or just an accident? Someone doing something stupid? That won't necessarily be surprising. It feels kind of weird. Being here, I mean. This place just isn't mine. I didn't build any of this. My feet never touched the grass of this place. My eyes never saw its warm colors nor its shapes. I feel like an alien. Not a cool one, not some kind of amazing, super technological being, just stranded forever. There's no cool adventures in sight, right? Only death, eventually. Still unsure of what I'm searching for, if there's anything worthwhile to find, I enter a small cabin on top of a little greenhouse, overflowing with plants of all kinds. Inside the habitation, I find 2 more plants, a lot of books. One is actually on display. I started reading it. It's a confusing diary. Day 413. It started to go downhill since the incident. It hurt all of us in a cruel way none of us would have suspected. We became divided, discordant. We became the fools that we were exorciating. The shadows of what we were aiming to be. I will never be able to forgive myself. Day 414. I have been trying to live as if nothing happened, as if everything was fine. I do not know if I can continue like this. I feel lost. I am lost, even surrounded. Day 415. Something bad is coming. Maybe it's in my head. I hope it is. Today I baked a few things. It's not much, but I thought it could have been nice to share. If only there was someone to share with. Not that I'm completely alone, but no one is truly there. Day 612. It's over. There were quite a few pages missing. In fact, I was wondering where the missing parts were now. Did the person that was living there take them with them? If so, why only those? As I checked the chest next to it, I found many pastries that I took with me. I mean, this random took their diaries pages, but not their snacks? Come on. And it's not like I won't need them. Food is, essential. I gave a look at the bookshelves, but nothing really caught my eye, so I went back outside to scan the area more. I have to say, the roses kind of intimidated me, in a weird way. They were just not my first choice of exploration, so I added to what I thought at first was some kind of mine. As it turned out, it was a bathhouse of some sort, maybe. The section dedicated to steaming worm bathing, was partially destroyed. A large opening in between the rocky walls and ceiling left me gazing at the sky for embarrassingly a bit too long. There was a chest in the room, and some books turned unreadable by the humidity, of course. That was a terrible idea putting those there, honestly. There was also the corpse of a jukebox for some reason, rest in peace, which made it obviously unusable. I got out of the room and listened to my guts, imaginary friend. I crossed the construction hallway to end up in a room even more boring and also completely usable as well. No hate or anything to Miss Cherry Tree or whatever, but why on earth would you want a room to freeze your ass? I got out, I guess. There was another little construction among the roses, and for a few minutes I was staring at them without a movement. I think I was simply distracted, but maybe there was more to it. It's without any complication that I reached the little wooden structure. In an humble frame, a sword made of quartz. There was also a chest with some more written notes inside. They were addressed to someone. I am waiting for you. Always yours. Meet me when you'll come back. I'll wait for you. I love you. Well, that clearly is not addressed to me. I put the book back in the chest, feeling somewhat embarrassed by the words on the paper, clearly supposed to be read by someone else. The thick rose bushes around seemed to have gotten closer. I quickly started running in direction of the last man-made structure in sight, a little dock. The few seconds where the pedal brushed against my ears, I could have sworn they were trying to whisper something, but I chose to ignore it as I put the blame on a growing laughable paranoia. The sooner I got out, the better. As I reached the dock, I was greeted by another chest, and against my better judgment, I opened it, revealing a boat and another book. See you soon. I quickly put the book back and jumped with the boat. I passed by even more roses and large rose quartzes that were growing out of the sea. I rowed and I rowed until I lost track of time and finally stopped on land. Taking the boat with me, I started walking on shore, once again of where I was going. I was wondering deep inside if they ended up meeting each other, the one that was gone and the one waiting. I finally reached a devastated land, an ominous building of unknown purposes dominating over the overflowing water and the exposed stone. As I walked closer, I was greeted once again with a chest in the middle of the debris. Inside, more text that wasn't meant to end up in my hands. When you wake up there, you may be quite surprised by the state of our land and its surroundings. Even when you left, it continued. Maybe not the war as it left with you, but the hate did. It was poisoning our hearts and minds, and without you by my side, I was directionless. I was nothing. Without you, I was alone. They continue now, the violence, another kind of horrible pain inflicted on the people that used to be your friends. I miss you. I miss us. I cannot continue to wait for you here. It's not safe. Something is wrong with this place. I love you. My surroundings started to feel more threatening as soon as I stopped treating. I took a step into the water and started swimming toward the stairs carefully. Once I reached them, I started to climb, wondering what I'd find inside the building, wondering what was inside the only structure on a field that had witnessed so much destruction. I opened the door. The room was tiny. There was nothing else but a bed against the wall. The sight alone made me remember in a flash everything I saw today, everything I felt. It was heavy. It was tiring. I lay down, just for a few seconds, the sound of the wind outside remembering me the whispers of the roses. I opened my eyes, the sun hitting my face.